Yes, thank you. I really appreciate the comments of Charles Sharp. That's very, very insightful. Very, very insightful. I appreciate that. Kwanzaa as well. You're absolutely right. This agenda and the way the public comment structure has been structured, it is to prevent us from actually having meaningful comments and engagement with and against this board. The next thing I'd like to talk about that's not on the agenda is the scandal that continues to happen at the North Yuba Water District. The most recently being the staff attorney, Mr. Boylan, being used by private board members to silence people that are critical of the board, threatening legal action and having them sign stipulation orders. That is highly illegal. It violates his oath, violates the bar, the California bar, as well as it violates the law. So at least 3 board members were engaged in this activity. We can just say it, Ms. Fernay, Mr. Ronenberg, I'm very disappointed in you. You're supposed to be a leader. You're supposed to be a stand-up guy in this community.
Yeah, I don't like people running my name.
And your name, this is public comment. I can say whatever I want. It's free speech, so be quiet. No, you don't get to comment on public comment, so quiet, please. And Ms. Plum, you actually, it's public comment. Don't interrupt me. Ms. Plum, you actually initiated this lawsuit using Mr. Boylan.
Excuse me. No, the president has authority over this board, and you are not.
This is public comment. You can't comment. So my time, make sure my time's froze. Make sure my time. Get this guy here. Ms. Renee, Mr. Ronenberg, and Plum.
To teach other people, use things in public comment that are positive for the public.
No. This is public comment and free speech. Stop.
You have the capability to be diligent.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand free speech clearly. So sit down. I can say whatever I want during public comment. It's free speech, and you're about to violate my civil rights. So that would be very tragic on your part.
We're not trying to do anything wrong.
So this board has already violated the law and used the staff attorney to threaten private citizens that were speaking out against 3 board members. So, Gloria, I am calling on you and Mr. Mayo to take care of this. You need to make a stand and stop what's going on at this agency. This is highly illegal activity. There's going to be a state attorney general investigation regarding this, as well as a state bar investigation. So, you clearly didn't watch the YouTube video where they arrested the free speech person and, you filed a civil rights case the next day. So, have at it. Let's see what you can do. Call the sheriff. Get after it. So, free speech. Is my time going or not? Where are we at on my time?
You have a minute and a half.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. You still got 3 minutes.
You've been interrupting me. You've been illegally commenting on my public comments. No. That applies to board politics between the way you treat each other. The public gets to say whatever they want. There's a YouTube video out there that explains all this with the free speech and the case law all the way back to 1964. This guy over here knows. He knows. So you should just shut.
Let him talk.
Sit down. This is my public comment. Freeze my time.
What you're doing here is essentially just bullying people.
No. This is public comment. Sit the fuck down. Sit your ass down. This is public comment. What is wrong with you? Are you an attorney? Are you an attorney?
Absolutely.
Thank God, so you know what's going on.
Exactly.
So you know what's going on. So
what's happening with
get this guy over here.
We're clearing the room. Everybody, we can clear the room, please.
So I'm going to be getting my time when you come back. And again, a violation of the law went down here. 3 board members utilized Mr. Boylan. No. You're creating a dangerous situation. Three board members used Mr. Boylan. I have the evidence. There's going to be a state attorney general investigation. The bar, Mr. Boylan's not going to have a license anymore. It's all going down. And you're part of this. What's your name? What's your name? No, there's no dangerous situation. No, there's not. No, there's no dangerous situation. There's no dangerous situation. I'm just telling the facts about this board, the truth about the illegal activity of North Yuba Water District, the criminal activity of Ms. Fernay, Ms. Plum, Mr. Ronenberg. The criminal activity, utilizing a staff attorney for their own private issues, trying to intimidate fellow people that are trying to bring this board to justice. And now you've gone too far, way too far. So you all should resign. And Mr. Messick is also on that list. So all 4 of you should resign. Mr. Messick, as a county board supervisor, knows better. Mr. Messick knows better, and he should resign. So you all need to resign, and this board needs to start over. And you know better. You know
We
better.
created a dangerous
You know
situation.
it. You
Sheriff's been
created.
called now.
Oh, awesome! I can't wait for my civil rights to be violated, and then you're going to be hearing about that as well. So you're another pathetic attorney with a pathetic agenda. So keep on stealing the people's money. Keep on stealing the people's money. We'll see where it goes. You going to threaten to sue me too, like Mr. Wiley?
I don't threaten to sue.
You going to get off it? You going to get on it?
I feel like
Yeah. Okay, yeah, exactly.
we're clearly
Exactly. So you've already violated my First
very
Amendment
dangerous
rights.
situation.
No, you have created the dangerous situation. I don't have any weapons. I'm just free speeching here.
You look like a very dangerous man.
Oh, there you go.
I know, I'm very nervous about it.
You're pathetic.
Yeah.
You're a pathetic
I'm sorry
individual.
about that.
And now you're a YouTube star. Now you're a YouTube star. This is great. This is going to follow you. This is great. So what are we going to do? When am I going to come back and...
What's his name? Todd, what's his name?
Hey, what is your name? Hey, what is your name? This is one of the attorneys for this agency. We'll get his name. We'll get his name. Another pathetic attorney for
Water
the
Board.
Yuba Water District.
What's
Another
the
pathetic attorney for the North Yuba Water District.
North
We have
Yuba?
a board that violates the law. Violates the law. And it's stealing all our money that could be used to get us all water. How you doing, Kwanzaa?
I'm doing all right. Really didn't want to come out today, Todd, but
I hear you, man. I hear
you
you.
know, you don't gotta preach at me, though.
I'm not preaching
No,
to you.
no, no.
You're
I'm
on
just saying right now that
you're
we
on the
stand in here.
You're on the same side, brother. We're
I'm
this-
on North Yuba side.
We're on the same side.
I'm on North Yuba side.
And I did let you slide for lying about your military service. I could have been at your house with 50 veterans, and we could have been calling you out.
Please do it, because we can look it up easy. I never actually said I was in our military.
I got it recorded.
Ways.
Yeah, we got it recorded.
You got it recorded, dog.
Please do. Please do. Perfect. Yeah.
Kwanzaa here.
Yeah, Kwanzaa J. Vinci.
That's one.
Lied about his military service to a combat veteran. How do you think I feel about that as a combat veteran when people lie to me about their military service? How the fuck do you think
I never
feel
said
about
I
that?
served in the military. I served this country. Now, if anybody knows AmeriCorps, Job Corps, local postal person, so I was very specific with you about that, Todd.
Stick with that story.
Don't make accusations
Stick
against
with-
me,
stick
because
with
you
that
hang
story.
around a funny individual little crowd that you met up here.
Stick with
So
that
we can
crowd.
cast stones all day long. You don't intimidate nobody. You're huffing and
you're
puffing.
getting-
It's
you're
just
getting-
immaturity
you're getting- look at-
of
you're
your
getting-
small
You're getting
manhood.
in my personal space, and I keep on having to back
This
up.
the public. We could be wherever we want. Nobody's
There you
touching
go.
nobody.
There you go.
Little manhood. Which is small man,
you got the
little
little
penis.
manhood, dog. You got the
You know
little-
what that's
so you
about.
You can stay up
Kick
on that.
rocks. Go back to where you're from, man.
Uh-huh.
Skedaddle.
Crawl back under your rocks, man. You're lucky. No, I'm gonna have to come back and finish my free speech. I'm sorry, you don't get out that easy. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Free speech. It's free speech. No, that's your policy, but that's not how free speech works. You don't get to say that. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal.
No. And we have another video in Grand Valley.
I mean, I know what my place are into. It's a big, you know.
Get a little bit close. Get a little bit close again, Tom. Cameraman with a little boom over there. Rolling.
Oh, I'm rolling.
More than anything, Todd, honestly, right, to make alliances, you ain't dumb, man.
You gotta take it from
Why don't you be up
It's
here
that value adding.
and making the alliances with
that's, I think that's
instead of first meet people.
Absorption into South Feather is the answer. You guys are getting screwed up here. You're not getting your resources.
We haven't
You're
been
not
getting our
your-
resources for many years. Do you think it's just this
and
board?
we're providing a solution.
Do you think it's just
North
this
Yuba has
board?
nothing to do with the North Yuba River. It's on the south side of water.
Do you think it's just this board?
Oh, no. No.
It's been many generations.
It's been 70. It's been 70 years.
It's been
70
many
years. You got that
generations.
right.
It's
You
been
got that
many
right.
generations.
You got that right, man.
So, someone trying to make a point somewhere else,
depending on.
coming in It's all up there for any individual. People not even hear that witness, right? They can form their own conclusion about any individual.
I'd love to know
So to make alliances,
who's on the list from the past
why come to
and all that. It's just
come
part of
in
history.
a community
I'm ready to finish my speaking time.
and cause a disturbance?
I mean, okay, so I'm ready, because I'm next. I'm only halfway through. I'm gonna finish tonight.
I come in a community, and not necessarily, it's good, right? It's been said, be a drum major. Have your free speech. Shake up the water a little bit, if that's what a person seeks. But anytime you show up, per se, the broader spectrum you giving out to the community, check it out, man.
That is a good question.
We haven't been getting nobody nowhere good.
They're very anxious.
I'm offering this.
Many.
I'm offering this.
So you Dr. Feel Good?
I'm offering that.
You Dr. Feel Good? You taught hippie,
I'm all about the water.
you taught
I got neighbors who can't get water because
Don't
money's
ever
being
threaten to
wasted.
come to somebody's house, man. You out your water hose, you know everything that happens. You just say you lucky to bring military brothers. You don't think I got military brothers? You don't think I got military brothers? We got that on film. You better watch how you speak.
You misinterpreted that.
I thought
It was talking about.
I've been cool, upright with you, man. 'Cause
I don't know about that.
I don't necessarily
just
represent.
stop.
Yeah,
Just stop.
let's get that tape where you say you're gonna send folks to my house. You a chump, man. You a little punk. Little punk. You know that.
You're weak, dog. You're weak.
Yeah.
You're weak and pathetic.
That's why you act this way.
Do
Sponza,
something.
you're better than those two dudes. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. Don't even let them get you riled up.
No, he ain't got nothing riled up.
Well, when you lie about your military service, people get
Oh,
upset.
we could use Google. I could just go grab a smartphone. Nobody said in the military. I was very clear to you. You obviously don't know what serving your country means. Getting a gun and being G.I. Joe is the only way. Yeah. Like the Native Americans been fighting terrorists like you forever. You know what you're based about, Todd Hickman. Please come to my house with a bunch of people.
It's unfortunately clear from the wording.
I wanted that scenario. I wanted to make sure.
Shoot, fly, shoot.
Shoot, fly, shoot. Come to my house.
Fly, shoot.
Come to my house.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say it wasn't there are other larger customers I am very intimately.
How you feeling?
Well,
They don't let you talk.
It must be true. Board members must be using the staff attorney to support their private causes, to try and silence people that criticize them. So Mr. Paul Boylan attacked two private citizens as a representative of 3 board members and 1 county board of supervisor in a private capacity for their private issues, with people speaking out about what they were doing. That is highly illegal, unethical, violates the bar rule. There's a state attorney general's office that deals with those type of issues. There's nothing about it that's correct. And as you saw with this board meeting and rules that they place upon board members for themselves on codes of conduct, that does not apply to the public, as we know. We have the case law back to 1964 about free speech and what you can say, which is basically anything in a free speech capacity. So for boards to try and limit your free speech is a violation of free speech, and it opens them up to litigation against the First Amendment. So here we are, North Yuba Water District, March 28th, Thursday. It started at 5:30. They couldn't handle the facts of the free speech. It does appear that board members are guilty, and they cleared the room and tried to prevent people from speaking. So again, a violation of the First Amendment.
I don't know what time it is.
Closed session already.
We've been adjourned from, you could go in there, down long enough.
You ready to finish my speaking? Because you deprived me of my First Amendment rights of free speech. Being an attorney, you know better. You know better. So I'm going to need to finish my time. I believe I only got half of my time.
You spoke for maybe a minute.
There's a dangerous situation, we called the sheriff.
No, there's no dangerous situation. And
We
you're
would
gonna,
definitely threaten the board and to walk out of it so concerned about
no,
this.
I mean, you
definitely.
walked up with a threatening posture. How was that not threatening? Creating a dangerous.
Yeah, this is one of their new attorneys. He won't give his name because clearly
He's afraid.
Yeah, he's threatened us. So, and this is the board president, Miss Fernay. She is incredibly well. She does all kinds of things that are
We're reconvening the
illegal.
meeting.
Perfect.
We're reconvening the
Well, I'll
meeting.
finish
You're
my
more than welcome.
speaking.
You're more than welcome to finish your speaking on Zoom.
No,
We would
no,
like
no.
to
I'm going to need to
ask
finish
you to
it
not
here.
come back
No,
in.
no, I can't have my First Amendment rights deprived. That would be illegal and set you up for further litigation. You guys are already so deep in litigation. So $2 million a year in litigation of our money, that could be spent on
Would you
pipe
like to
and
finish your
water.
comment or no?
I would like
Come
to
on in.
finish. Perfect.
Please stand just at the podium.
Perfect.
Finish your comment.
And then I have it.
Public does not need to be in here. It's a dangerous
I think
situation.
the best way to deal with bad
Absolutely.
speech is better speech.
Yeah,
Let's
please,
listen to
come
him.
on in.
I want to listen
Maybe
to
you
him.
want to, don't worry at all. No problem whatsoever. So you feel it's safe to be in.
It's a shame as voter owners, we all have to endure this, and we could just put all this money and time towards pipe in the ground and getting water to all our farms. We could live in a water utopia, it could all be so prosperous, but instead, all this money goes to the attorneys.
Every 2 minutes.
Over $1 million last year.
Every
4 minutes, yep.
The board isn't participating, it's an unsafe situation.
It is not, you are
You have 2
so
minutes,
full
please
of
go
it,
ahead.
you are out of your mind
I
on
will
this.
set the.
So you are violating my civil rights, my First Amendment free speech rights, and you will have to answer to that in a legal process. So, as I was saying before I was illegally interrupted and my First Amendment rights were violated, and the board commented on my comments, which is also wrong, I was talking about a situation in which the board members utilized, 3 of the board members utilized the staff attorney to represent them in a private matter, and they prepared a stipulated order against 2 constituents. That is highly illegal. The staff attorney is supposed to deal with basically district issues. They should not be dealing with board members' private issues. So we have an incredibly illegal situation in that respect. As well as this board continues to insist that there's a code of conduct and rules when it comes to speakers. That is not the case. You can get on YouTube and see all the different videos about civil rights cases going back to the 60s, free speech, what you can and can't say. So you can basically say anything. So it's regrettable again that I was interrupted and my free speech was deprived, and that the new attorney tried to pull his stunt and talk about a dangerous situation. In no way have I ever created a dangerous situation. I don't even have speeding tickets. I'm an upstanding citizen, business person. Oh, I'm a retired DA investigator, hazmat investigator, so I do know how the process works. They send me a check every month, so I spent my whole career in dealing with corrupt and crooked people. So I know the game, I know exactly how it works and what you can and can't do. So what I've seen here is repulsive, but the worst part is that these resources have been stolen from us, and this could be going to put pipe in the ground and water to our farms. This area could be District 6 and 7 of South Feather. We could have unlimited water, unlimited funds. The $1 million+ a year that are going to attorneys could be put for utility purposes, water and pipe in the ground to get to our farms. So again, I'm calling on Gloria and Mike to do the right thing. The 2 of you do have the power, and you can make this happen. Stop your 3 board members and their illegal activities. Thank you.
Then we will move to item D, opportunity for public comment on topics on the agenda. Again, you have 4 minutes.
You want something to speak?
I need to just make a quick note to the directors. And I don't know precisely, because I don't want to go off hearsay, but I believe, excuse me, sir, are you really an attorney?
I'm an attorney.
Okay. Somebody tried to question something about myself. They asked me a question a few meetings ago, and I made it very clear, but I don't think they heard. I served my country, AmeriCorps, so that could get very simply Googled, looked up. Moreover, this individual being Todd Hickman outside,
Can't find this on the agenda.
hypothetical threat about maybe sending people to my house. So I'd like that noted, please. Yes. And it should maybe be on the camera of whoever's with it.
I have a comment that's not on the agenda, and I'd like to, is it possible to make a comment given the disruption? I definitely don't need that long. Parent Mockers, Oregon House. Anybody who thinks that somebody who behaves this way is going to take good care of our community, you know, just watch the way that he acts, watch the way that he talks to people. Okay? That's not somebody who, if you give him power, is going to look after a community that he's not even a part of. Thank you.
In the draft irrigation policy, it says that when the water from Dry Creek is no longer sufficient, everybody over 30 GPS will be probably cut in half. This is what happened last year. If the water district cannot be confident it can provide a full season of water to its existing customers, it certainly has no water for new customers. So, at least for this year, I don't think there could be expected to be any new customers, because they're gonna, doesn't have the water available. The district, I already said that. Okay, so, in the budget report, there's this line item that says, grant income from Yuba Water Agency for water rights review, $87,179.97. So why is the Yuba Water Agency making grants for water rights reviews? The water agency makes grants for projects, construction type of things, building things, not for ongoing operating expenses. So what is the water agency's interest in the district's water permits? And speak of the devil, here we go. There's a letter to the water agency from the general manager asking for, the water district has identified a critical need as outlined in the Gannett Fleming report and is requesting $865,410 to be added to the canal stabilization and mitigation grant. So this went into the water agency 2 days ago. It's on their next agenda.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
So that's not on our agenda?
Well, okay,
Thank you.
whatever. To the irrigation policy. A policy that allowed the property owner to allocate water to subdivided parcels would be helpful. I very strongly oppose the district mandating such distribution. However, if the district feels this water management tool is desirable, then take it to the people the district serves. Ask them for their viewpoint. Sell your idea to your public. An effort to accommodate public input would take planning and a lot of preparation. That the district does not want to do this or is not doing this speaks a lot about the attitude the district has toward the people it's supposed to serve in the community. Then there's this discretionary part. The Fellowship of Friends is planning on subdividing and selling parcels. This policy would potentially mandate some part of their water to go with these parcels. However, in its discretionary determination, the district could require the owner to account for every drop of water. My guess is the owner would not like such an intrusion, or maybe they would. I don't know. To me, the term discretionary in this context is an opportunity for government overreach. The property owner is in the best position to determine what their water needs are, not the water district.
Hello, excuse me, could you wait till we call to?
Oh, I'm so sorry, I thought it was just next in line. Well,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Who else wanted to speak, Kara? Topics on the agenda and leave it to, now we have 2 more people, so 3 minutes.
I'll keep it quick. I'm Kara Makrish. I live in Oregon House. I read the draft policy that was posted this week, and I actually think that the changes show some progress and have a good framework for potentially exploring future adjustments to the community while respecting the historical context of this community. So I just wanted to thank you, and it seems like you're focused on this community, which is appreciated.
Thank you very much. Ms. Villanueva?
I would just like to say that when a person is dramatic, they are very passionate about their project, about what they believe in, about their rights. So that does not make them less of a leader because they're compassionate about their speech. What happened here, he wasn't listened to. You guys shut him down. So,
Is this on the agenda?
no ma'am, that was public.
I think it's for topics on the agenda. Thank you very
I
much.
thought we were still on public comments.
For topics on the agenda, excuse me, this was
Oh,
item D. Anyone else for
Please
topics
not
on the
do that.
agenda?
Thank you.
I need a little closer.
3 minutes.
Charles, once again, I sympathize with your plight and I appreciate your comments. It's a tragedy that with all this money that's being wasted on attorney's fees, that we can't get a proper irrigation policy. We put forth a proposal, District 6 and 7 of South Feather. That's what this would become. We would eliminate this board, eliminate these attorneys, and put all that money into pipe in the ground. It would be a fabulous thing. It's a shame that these people have turned you against it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I was on the agenda, but I heard people say my name during this. So am I on the agenda or not? I would love to be agendized. So when Aaron and Kenyaw here talk about me, then I could talk, back about that.
Could you
But
keep it to what's on the agenda?
it's clear that, you're discriminating and violating people's First Amendment rights. So on the agenda, I think the most important thing that I see here that's a huge violation is regards to the legal issues on here, the closed session legal items. The proper way to put this in print is you gotta name the case. For instance, North Yuba against South Feather. You don't have anything here. I brought this up 3 meetings ago to your staff attorney, Paul Boylan, the same one that's representing board members in private matters illegally. I brought this up to him here. I brought my daughter with me on that meeting, and she was aghast at what she saw. She asked me who the attorney was because she couldn't figure it out. Because Mr. Boylan said, so sue us when I brought this issue up, that you're supposed to put in print what the closed session item is about. Obviously not all the details, but you're supposed to put in print what the closed session item is about, and then when you come back and report, action was taken or no action, direction given, something to that effect, which this board does not do. They don't even put that. And again, when I called this out, Mr. Boylan said 3 times, so sue us. Then he said it again, so sue us. And I called him out one more time and he said, so sue us. And again, that's a violation of his Hippocratic oath because he's supposed to be keeping you out of litigation, not trying to encourage litigation against you. So this agency has just shown that it does not have the capacity to manage itself. I mean, for the last 70 years, it's been a disaster for these poor residents. We should all have water. We should all have piped water. This irrigation policy should be from South Feather. I'm talking to you guys as districts and ladies as districts 6 and 7 and how much water you're gonna get. Right now, this agency continues to spend over $1 million a year on legal fees. How can an agency with 8 employees, half of them clerical, spend over $1 million a year on legal fees? It just seems almost incomprehensible. That's been going on for 5 or more years. That's pipe. That's pipe. Thank you, Gloria. So that's pipe that could go in the ground. And so again, everything about the way this agency is operating, even this policy about how you're supposed to, talk at these meetings, that applies to you, the board. The public, free speech, we can say whatever we want. whatever we want. So Gloria and Mike, I'm calling on you two to do the right thing. Two of you have power. Two of you can override the five. When you are right and you do the right thing, you can make this happen. What these three have done is illegal and it needs to be stopped. Thank you.
We have one more comment online. We're at the very end of our public comment session. Can you unmute? 916. I guess that's, we will move forward with the agenda until this person sends maybe a message through the chat to the IT. And item E on the agenda is closed session, conference with legal counsel, one anticipated potential legal action. We will go, the board will go to another place. This is not expected to be long. We'll be right back.
Aaron, I expected more from you.
Recording in progress.
Oh, my pleasure. Oh. Okay, let's see how I do this.
Paul, you're on speaker.
How are you?
Paul?
I'm reasonably well.
Still in the board room.
And you?
I'd be happy to chat.
It could always be worse, Donna, you know that.
My door's always been open.
Hi, I'm also online and I can hear you guys.
Where's the sheriff?
Thank you very much. It is 6:30. We reconvene. Thank you very much.
Here you go, lady. Take this one, please.
It's 6:31. And we are coming to item F, report of closed session actions. We met with council and we gave directions. Item G is consent items. There's 4 consent items. Approval of the minutes for the February meeting, approval of payroll for January, approval of bills for the month of January, and the warrant 52-37261.
Is there an itemized list that we could see for the bills?
Order.
Is there an itemized list? Did I not get it as a handout?
Board packet is on the website.
I looked on the web and it wasn't on the web. Where would I get this
Order,
information?
please.
It's hard for me to follow along when I don't have an itemized list of what you spent your money on.
Excuse me,
Maybe if you didn't talk so much and
please
listen.
allow the president to conduct the
Stop
meeting.
interrupting, please.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
Oh, big guns.
So disrespectful, Tom.
If you can please just let the meeting be run, this should be run. We understand you had your public comment, you had your opportunity to
I
speak.
need to see the itemized list and it's not on the web.
We will not accept comments out of order. Thank you very much, Mr. Hickman.
You owe us an itemized list.
It's on the website.
It's not on the web. I was just there.
Please try not to disrupt the meeting.
Okay.
It's much better to be listening.
I've made my point on that issue. You
I
guys
have a
should post it.
motion to approve the consent items 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Director Boza?
Yes.
President Bernay?
Yes.
Vice President Plum?
Approved.
Director Mayo?
Approved.
Thank you very much. That gets us to item H. Katie Burdick and Paul Rose will give an update on the progress of the capital improvement plan.
Hello. Anticlimax. Those of you who know me know I have a funky vocal cord. So if you have trouble understanding me, just let me know and I'll repeat myself. So I'm an independent consultant. I'm working under a contract with the Yuba Water Agency, providing capital improvement planning for North Yuba, Hamptonville, Lake Francis, Linda, and Leland, as well as the 7 member units of the Yuba Water Agency. So what a capital improvement plan is, it is basically an inventory of existing infrastructure, a condition assessment of that infrastructure, a prioritization of the infrastructure based on the condition assessment, and then a cost of repair, replacement, or altogether new infrastructure, followed by a funding analysis that looks at different options and opportunities for funding the identified and prioritized infrastructure. So I'm gonna call in a second on call runs where I would characterize it as halfway through. So Paul has been working with the district's excellent staff who have been extremely responsive and have walked probably more of the district than you guys. So with that, Paul, I'll let you, so we didn't estimate the attendance correctly. So we've got some copies of a sample of a single page of one of the assets. So one for each board member, and I'm not sure quite how to do this. So you two can share, you two can share, you two can share, you two can share.
I could, if you could properly post that in the minutes, I could review it later
Yeah,
on. That would be perfect, thank you.
Anybody else want one? Okay, so Paul and Rose will now give you a walkthrough.
Thank you, Katie. Treatment plant or the flume, that has a higher impact. And so that gets assessed a higher degree of viewing and funding as we go down the funding list. Understand how much your infrastructure is worth and how much you should be putting aside to keep it maintained or replaced. That's really what this is about. Again, I'm at the front end because my expertise is in going to the treatment plant and listing the assets, talking to the people that work there. Jeremy's a great guy. I've spent time in the field looking at the distribution system and the ditch, irrigation, and I've gotten a lot of information from them. The district's been really helpful in that. And we look forward to presenting a completed report for you. Once I complete the asset list, I meet with the rest of my people, with Katie and her other people, and hand that off to them to finish up the actual report, the plan, and a funding memo.
Thank you very much. Awesome. We don't have time for questions today. Dr. Johnson,
It's an interesting
you're more than
concept.
welcome to reach out via email.
No questions?
We'll get back to you. That gets us to item I, staff reports and recommendations. The board will hear reports by district staff and receive their recommendations for future board action. Let's start with the financial manager report.
As of February 29, 2024, solely cash in all accounts, including reserves, was $5,282,370.76. Total income for the fiscal year to date, July 1st through February 29, 2024, total income was $2,773,538.55. Total expenses were $1,339,252.40, leaving net revenue over expenses of $1,434,286.15. Expenses out of reserves and savings, that are on a separate sheet, for the fiscal year to date total $758,483.12, and this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How much on attorneys?
The general manager's report.
So my report's gonna be pretty short. You guys have the operations memorandum, but, I did wanna say that the irrigation applications and bills have been sent out. It looks like it's gonna be starting, it's set to start on time, the guys are getting their ditches ready. We're looking at doing a full season, you know, we don't know if there's gonna be any cutbacks at the end or not, but we are planning on a full season, and we will not be adding any customers this year, so. Okay, thank you.
Item J is approval of annual audit report for 2022-2023. We had the annual audit report presented at the February 22nd board meeting, and there was a little oversight in the agenda at that point, and we didn't have agendas to adopt it. So today it's on the agenda for adoption, that we approve the audit, and I make a motion to approve the audit as presented in February. Do you have a second? Roll call?
Director Boza?
Yes.
President Bernay?
Approve.
Vice President Plum?
Approve.
Director Mayo?
That item passes. Gets us to item K, irrigation policy. The board will discuss and possibly act to adopt changes to the district's irrigation policy recommended by district administrative staff and district legal counsel. We all received the new draft in the board packet, the new draft, there's a few copies out. Do I have any questions or concerns from board members? Or comments?
Just a comment that, we spoke, about this previously, and, Director Plum brought up some pretty good, points, and, some clarification has been made in there, and I have consulted with our manager, and, who believes it to be a good draft. Of course, it's always, as we know, able to be amended, but I think it's a good draft.
Thank you. I found in the end draft, I found still some typos that were missed. So I would like, when we make a motion to approve it, I would like to approve it with the understanding that the typos will still be removed. That's all right.
This is a policy is in flux, that it can change as the need.
Working document. Yes, it's a working document like ours we have. It is a big improvement upon what we hastily adopted last year. Staff has been working on it for 3 months, and if a situation arises that needs an amendment will be made and will be brought before the board.
Okay.
And will be brought back again and again until everybody is
And we need
ready to approve it.
to get it going then.
Director Plum, any comments?
Nope, you made the corrections I suggested.
Thank you very much. Then I make a motion to approve the irrigation policy, with the idea, or with the, how do you say that in English? Make a motion to approve the irrigation policy as drafted, with the understanding that a few typos will be still removed. With what?
Questions from the audience, please. Typo corrections will be made.
Excuse me, we do not have speaking out of order at this point. Do I have a second?
Questions from the audience.
Do we have a second?
Sam?
Can we have a roll call, please?
Director Boza?
Yes, I approve.
President Bernay?
Approve.
Vice President Plum?
Approved.
Director Mayo?
Approved.
That gets us to item L, director's reports. I'll start with you, Director Mayo.
Yes, we spoke previously, we had a pretty good year as far as, repairs to our infrastructure and upgrades, and so the talks always sort of start about expansion of service. I understand, that, our manager, has stated that we're not gonna take on any irrigation customers this year, but while that discussion was ongoing, I wanted to make sure that domestic customers weren't left out of the loop, because I do represent, Division 1, it's all domestic at this point, and, so I've done a little bit of, just, street polling, nothing scientific. There is some interest in possible future expansion for, on the domestic side, in District 1 above our current capacity. So, it's ongoing.
Good to know.
Yep.
Director Bell?
Nothing to say tonight.
Director Bosa?
Just that in the past couple of weeks, I've received Brown Act training, ethics training, and harassment training. They had a session at the county yesterday, and a bunch of us attended.
I have no director's report tonight. That gets us to another closed session. We have conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, 2 cases. The board will meet in closed session to discuss 2 anticipated potential legal actions.
What are those cases?
We will have the closed session in here. You're all more than welcome to come back for the report of closed session actions.
It's supposed to say what those cases are.
You can follow from Zoom, and you can follow from Zoom from your car if you wish to.
It doesn't say what the cases are.
Thank you very much.
By law, it's supposed to say what the cases are. So, nice show. Hey, I'm glad you made it, officer. This gentleman's been threatening me, and the other gentleman in there has been threatening me as well.
You can watch the.
I have it all recorded, so.
Nobody threatened anybody
Okay.
on his end.
He threatened me, physically threatened me.
Nobody physically threatened.
Oh, really?
Why don't we do this?
Okay.
I'll come talk to you in a second, and then let me talk to you gentlemen over here.
For sure.
What's your name? Todd. Todd, do you have your license on you? Are you with this gentleman?
He is with me. Okay. We're making a YouTube video about politics and how, and how you're supposed to proceed and how they try to deprive people of their First Amendment rights. So I don't have my ID, but here, there's that ID.
Okay.
So
I'm Officer Dagnino with CHP.
Yeah.
I got a call that there was someone that was possibly acting out of control.
Not at all. And we have the video.
Okay.
to prove
I
that.
came just to, and the sheriff's office is on their way too. Just to kind of see.
I would like to make a report against these individuals.
Okay.
They violated my free speech. They threatened me. They tried to remove me from speaking, and all my stuff was monotone, just like I talk now.
Okay.
I'm retired safety as well, so
Okay.
I know how this game works. I've County Contra Costa. So, I mean, I know how it works, and they're violating the law.
Okay.
And I'm just exercising my free speech rights in a monotone, a very calm monotone. And that individual came out and tried to physically threaten me. We have it on video, and then the attorney in there started coming up with this thing about calling the police and all that. And so I told them, please do, because you're violating the law. Okay. So nothing else really happened. There's no violation of the law on either side. If you really look, well, other than his threat. Other than his threat, if I really wanted to push it.
Okay.
But as far as me, I mean, I know the game. I've been an investigator. These people are out of their minds.
Investigator for what?
For hazmat, DA's office, the crimes against, the people.
Okay.
So again, I'm retired safety. You can run my license, C5091648. I don't even have a speeding ticket. Okay. I own the winery in Bangor. I'm an upstanding citizen.
Okay.
So elected official. I'm open to.
Okay.
So would
which I have the right to do. So everything I did was, within my rights to free speech. So I violated nothing. If anything, my rights were violated by the individual, basically threatening me, intimidating me, and then they stopped was threatening me. If any laws were broken, no laws were broken on my side. I'm intimately familiar with the law and they are trying to deprive people of their free speech rights. Okay. Basically, their staff attorneys illegally represent board members in a private capacity to silence people. It's a major crime. There's a state attorney's office, general, investigation, the state attorney general going on from the California bar. The whole thing is going to get ugly for these people because of what they do. I'm a water rights crusade. So, gotcha. Yeah. I'm not military ID. Well, we're not done with it yet. Okay. Because I'm a disabled combat veteran. So okay. I appreciate some respect, of which we don't get any. Okay. When you free speech. No, I understand, and respect is earned. So as long as you be respectful with me, I'm going to be respectful with you. Respectful. And I appreciate that. And you know that from the beginning. So, okay. I'm in the same game as you. Were you 3 at 50, or did you get screwed on the way? No, I'm at 57 and a half. Yep. Yeah, it's all about the age. So I was one of the last ones. What took place inside the room? Just let me know what happened. Just a boardroom meeting, and I spoke, and I called out some things that they did that were illegal in a monotone voice during my 4 minutes, and they didn't like it. They interrupted me. They wouldn't let me finish. They stopped my speaking. They made everybody leave the room. They said, you have to leave, you can't come back in. I said, no, that's not true. I need to get my free speech. So they let me back in because they know they have to. I finished my public comment. I public commented again. I had several questions. And it's really a waste of public resources for the client. It's fundamentally wrong. Okay. It's fundamentally wrong. This is more. The recording he's got going on, is that on the whole time?
The whole time, every
second. Do you have
second.
your license on you, sir?
Not on me.
Do you have an ID or anything
Not
on
on me, no.
Okay. Gino's got millions of followers on YouTube. He's got millions. He's a YouTuber. So we're making a video about water rights and how you can exercise your free speech. Okay. Case law back to 1964, all the good stuff. Okay. So. What was your name?
Eugene Monfilia.
Eugene, can you go ahead and spell that for me?
Yeah. For what?
Your first name.
Yeah, for what?
Because you're a witness to everything that happened and you're recording, so that could be used as evidence.
Sure. Yeah, ready?
Yep.
EU.
EU.
GE.
GE.
NE.
NE.
BON.
BON?
Yep.
What's your middle name?
Bronson.
Bronson?
BRONSON.
And then your last name, can you spell it for me one more time?
Yeah. BON.
BON.
FIG.
FIG?
Yep. LIO.
I'm sorry. BONFIG.
LIO.
LIO.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
You got it.
Huh?
You got it.
Well, I don't want to.
It's all right. You can butcher it for the one time.
That's some Italian. Bonfiglio.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, what's your date of birth?
That's like out of the movies.
09, 25, 2001.
2001?
Yeah.
And what's your current address?
77.
77?
Orange Avenue.
And where's that at?
959
What city?
Bangor.
Bangor?
That's the winery, Hickman Family Vineyards.
Gotcha.
That's our winery.
Okay. Does he work for you, or you guys work with each other? Or?
Sure. We're good. We're good together.
My daughter's boyfriend. Son-in-law, future son-in-law to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he's a big-time YouTuber, so we're working on a joint project with Netflix and the whole deal to expose this kind of corruption. So. And John and Maria Villanova, they're county citizens. They're over there. They would be, if you want to ask them, they're very appalled at the disrespect for free speech as well tonight.
Okay. Mr. Hickman, what's your middle name?
Michael, MICHAEL.
And your date of birth?
2269.
The address is at the same one, the 77 Orange Ave?
It is. You been to the winery yet?
No. I'm not a big drinker, to be honest.
Probably good for your
What's the zip code in there?
9591.
And what's a good phone number for you? Myself. 510-872-1710. I'm sorry, 510? Yeah, 872-1710. What are you doing, gentlemen? Good, how are you? Doing fabulous, man. Just trying to keep my free speech rights, my First Amendment rights enforced. This is a public meeting. I'm a longtime board member in another district, retired public safety, basically disabled combat veteran. I've been on the board, so I know how this whole game works, and these people just don't want to follow the law. So in monotone, I called them out, and they took irrational actions, physically intimidated and threatened me. The guy in the yellow, one of their employees, he had no right being in there. We have it on video. And then, yeah, the guy in the yellow shirt. It's one of the employees. He came there and tried to thug me. And then their staff attorney started talking crazy stuff as well. They cut me off on my free speech, told everybody they had to leave the room, told me I couldn't come back in the room, but of course they let me back in the room because, of course, they didn't want to get sued tomorrow for violation of my First Amendment rights. So I went in, they let me finish. I think they had called you before all that when they were trying to intimidate me. I thought they thought I would be like most people and just leave. So here we are. So I'm sorry that they wasted your time on this because this was completely uncalled for. I know you guys have real duties, you know, real duties to attend and real crimes going on. So the fact that they would go to this length to prevent somebody from their free speech, their First Amendment rights is absurd. Layers of absurdity.
So I understand that it's a public meeting, right?
Public meeting.
Okay, but the building is not like a town hall, like a public place. That's the thing.
Well, when you hold a public meeting at any place, it's now a public place.
So
they can't restrict people. They can't restrict you from to these places.
Yes, they can.
They
technically
can.
A private building.
They cannot.
Yeah. It's a private building. Okay.
I've looked up the statute on that, and I disagree with what you're saying. Okay. But you can say that. You can say that all day long. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But
he is a member of this establishment here, and he wants you trespass. He does not want you. He does not want you here on this property.
This is a public.
Sir.
This public age.
No,
come on.
It's not.
Come on.
It's a public.
Gino, you got this?
Yeah, you got it on.
Yeah.
I have
What's your name?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get my military ID back?
Yeah. Okay.
Please. You guys are good. He's got all my information. Enough's enough.
Okay.
Enough's enough.
They want you trespass, okay?
Well,
Officer Dagnino, CHP 22534.
I think they'll be probably calling. If they want to call you again, I'll get my attorney involved, and we'll get all of this. We'll get my civil rights attorney on it. It's going to be great for the Netflix show. I mean, you guys are going to be stars.
You get more views for us. Thank you. We appreciate you showing up.
This guy's got millions of followers. So I appreciate what you're doing. Again, I'm retired safety, so I get your plight, and I know when you got to deal with fools and they try to use the law enforcement for illegal purposes. I get the game. I saw it for my whole career, so I get it. You guys are just doing what you got to do, and that's all. That's all fine. But again, I'm going to exercise my rights and all of that good stuff. So we're good. And again, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm all good.
As of right now,
I love law enforcement. Not a lot of people love law enforcement.
He wants you trespass, okay? So if you come back here again and he calls you again, it's gonna be another issue, okay?
Well, it's it's gonna be a civil rights issue is what it's gonna be, and somebody's gonna get sued.
All right.
So, and you know that case is always strengthened when somebody gets arrested.
All right.
So, okay.
All
I'm
right.
down.
You have a good
I'm
day,
down
sir.
on the full experience, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
rest
it,
of your
gentlemen.
day.
We're all gonna be stars. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good day, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Mhm.
Drive safe. You too. Jeff.
Hey Todd, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you.
Well, you can reach out to me, Aaron. You said some pretty negative things to me, so you would be the one to reach out.